This is Justice for Charlie Kirk with a quick update on these sisters, Carrie and Kaylee. According to the Benton County Sheriff's Department in Bentonville, Arkansas, Carrie and her sister Kaylee are officially in jail, and they have now both been charged with criminal mischief in the first degree. And Kaylee is facing an additional charge for obstruction of governmental operations. On top of that, Carrie has been fired from her job and has also been evicted from her home. And this is what happens when criminals try to play the Uno reverse card, because she has since made a GoFundMe account speaking against white supremacy and fascism. I'm sorry, honey. Your actions led to your demise. So you can thank yourself for that. But on a personal level, I want to thank each and every one of you. As many of you may know, my main account was just banned about an hour and a half ago, and now this has become my official account. So if you haven't smashed that follow button, make sure you do, because we got a whole lot of updates coming your way. Because this is what you call justice for Charlie Kirk.
This is what happens when you play stupid games and you do not think about your actions before you act. There's a lot of people, we don't know the number yet, but there were a lot of people who end up losing jobs that they worked very hard to get, some of them. And some people who went to school for years, put in the work with the experience, and did what they needed to do in order to be able to get to that point in life. And they flushed it down the drain, all because they didn't think about their actions before posting something to social media, all because they wanted to get a couple views and they thought they were so right and righteous. Like this woman right here who loved their job working with kids, but due to her arrogant actions and need for attention, she now has to deal with her new reality.
I get it. It just clicked for me. I understand why they're defending Charlie. I get it. I thought it was because they just wanted to like get the libs, say like, oh, libs divide, libs are like, you know, that's not it. They're mad because it's them. They're mad because they are so shocked that people don't give a. They're so shocked that even though this person was a Christian, we're not pretending that we don't remember what he said. We're not pretending that he was a good person. We're not pretending. They're shocked because for so long, you couldn't say anything bad about the dead. Oh, don't speak bad about the dead. Charlie Kirk. That's why they're mad. They're mad because it's them. And it's scaring them to know that we wouldn't give a. And I didn't say celebrate it. I said not give a.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
It's 9:05 a.m. and yesterday at 5 p.m. I was fired from my job for posting a video saying I don't care about Charlie Kirk's death. In the video that I posted, I specifically said I wasn't celebrating it, but that I just don't care. And yet I was still fired from a job where my role was to increase educational equity to all students. That was my job. That was like, wasn't really just my job, it was like my identity too. Like that's been my whole career. Like, how can we get the highest quality education to as many students? For this job, I worked at a nonprofit where I taught reproductive health to LGBTQ youth and youth in foster care in Dallas, Texas. And like, that was hard, but after I did it, I was so proud of myself, and I told myself I wouldn't go back to a job where like I couldn't be my authentic self, and I thought that's what I had in my job. I was good at my job. I liked it a lot. And I feel so grateful because my coworkers have been reaching out to me and just like telling me they'll be my references and making sure I'm okay. And it feels good to know that I built a community there and that the people there see my character what it was. Oh my God, this is so embarrassing, sorry. I know that in the end I'll be okay, and this isn't the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Honestly, it's not by a lot. I will be okay. I'll find a job like that I like and doing something that's important to me. And I know that because if this hadn't happened, I was on the track for promotion at my other job. Like, I know I'll be okay, but it just hurts to be left out to dry.
We have people that are stupid.
Tough lesson to learn, but companies really don't care about your personal politics. Read your company handbook. There's a lot of things in there that people kind of glance or skip over when it comes to understanding exactly what they're even allowed to or represent that company even off the clock. You know, people sometimes like to believe, well, once they clock out, a company doesn't really have any say over what they get to say or do, which, sure, you're in some low level, who cares position. Yeah, you probably can get away with saying a lot, but then you probably will get replaced pretty fast. The higher up, the more responsibility you gain, the more expectation is going to be set that you live up to that company's standard and values. They're paying you, and they don't want you disparaging what they build as far as a brand. And everybody's not built for that. And if you're not, then you should probably start your own business. That way you can make your own rules. And because things could turn and get ugly real quick, as we see now, she's trying to set up her own GoFundMe.
I wish you could hear my heartbeat right now. I originally posted saying that I would not be setting up a GoFundMe. However, I am now. I have set up a GoFundMe and it's in my account, and I want to talk about why I have set it up. This is really hard for me to ask for, and it's a little embarrassing, just because of the way I see myself and as like a high achiever, and just the idea of like people I know seeing this. Sorry, my heart's racing. Talked to a few people, and I've been in this situation, and then just like some people who seem to know about things. And I did talk to, I got advice from 2 lawyers, and the consensus I think is that I'm going to have to pursue this on my own, especially because like the doxing was a personal thing and it is illegal in Illinois, but I will need to fund that on my own. And the legal fees are going to be, like, I looked at one lawyer and it was just $500 to get a consultation, and now I don't have an income. So we just bought a condo in Chicago, which sucks because I'm like, wow, don't want to lose that.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
And it was based on, I had just gotten a promotion the year before, and like in the next year or so I was probably going to get another one, which is not your problem. I know that. Do not feel comfortable donating to this, and you think this is cringe, please forget you saw this.
I'm really happy today. Yeah.
It might be time for a yard sale and to think about downsizing. Have you ever had a moment that changed your life? One accident, one employer who doesn't care, one hospital bill you couldn't pay. That's how quick life can change. And when it does, you realize something fast. The big companies, the insurance giants, they don't care about you. They've got teams of lawyers whose only job is to protect their bottom line. But who's protecting you? There's a reason why it feels like traffic always jams when you're running late. Just like there's a reason Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, Morgan & Morgan has fought for the people, not the powerful. With 1,000 plus attorneys and more than 100 offices nationwide, they've recovered over $25 billion for more than 500,000 clients just like you. Whether you're a 41-year-old family man in Florida, struck by a driver who ran a red light, Morgan & Morgan secured a $9.3 million verdict. Or a father and Little League coach who suffered lasting injuries in a car crash, Morgan & Morgan secured a $6.1 million verdict. When you hire them, it's like hiring a legal army that has your back. Starting a claim is simple. You can get started right now from your phone. No hassle. You can click the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen to see if you have a claim. Their fee is free unless they win. Because when life changes in an instant, you deserve a law firm that's ready to fight for you.
Oh my God, it's happening. Jimmy Kimmel is out at ABC. The unfunniest man on television is now just the unfunniest man because he's no longer on television. Here's what happened. Jimmy Kimmel has been pulled indefinitely by ABC after his very insensitive remarks about the death of Charlie Kirk. Here's what he said.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
That, of course, was a bold-faced lie. Tyler Robinson was not a MAGA supporter. He was not a Donald Trump supporter. He was a liberal. He thought that Charlie Kirk was a fascist, and he was in a relationship with another man. And ABC, who already had to shell out $16 million to President Donald Trump once this year, I guess was trying to avoid any future hassle. So they pulled the plug on Jimmy Kimmel. And no one was happier than President Donald Trump, who wrote, "Great news, America! The ratings challenge Jimmy Kimmel Show is canceled. Congratulations to ABC for finally having the courage to do what had to be done. Kimmel has zero talent and worse ratings than even Colbert, if that's possible. That leaves Jimmy and Seth, two total losers on fake news NBC. Their ratings are also horrible. Do it, NBC. President DJT." At this rate, pretty soon Gutfeld's going to be the only guy left on late night.
Insanity is thinking that it was wrong for you to lose your job because of what you said, but what you said was Charlie Kirk should lose his life for what he said. Y'all have a good morning.
I hope you motherfuckers are proud. I hope you are proud. I just got a call from my boss over in Japan. I was fired. Y'all really felt so aggro about somebody making fun of a internet personality that you decided to get them fired. Y'all make me sick. Y'all cowards. No wonder why the conservatives keep losing. Y'all are such pussy. Ooh.
Whoa, calm down, Jamal. Don't pull out the 9.
Listen, having your employer fire you who's halfway across the globe is absolutely diabolical. I think for a lot of these people, they just got way too comfortable. And it probably has something to do with the way things have been going for so many years now that made them feel this way. And as a result, they felt comfortable enough where they thought that everybody would feel the same way they do, or enough people would feel the same way they do, where, no big deal. But unfortunately, what they didn't realize is that it looks like the tide is turning. It looks like that there are far more people who don't really agree with that train of thought versus does. And that's okay. We don't have to agree on everything, but you also don't have to share everything you don't agree about.
Jimmy Kimmel, they're trying to cancel Jimmy Kimmel. I'm sure you've heard the news by now, but I've been going through the internet looking for the clips to see what they're mad or upset about, and I can't find it. I can't find it. The one that they have on there, I don't see where that's even controversial. The guy's a comedian. This is the same party, the same group of people who complained about everything is too woke. Comedians can't say anything anymore. They're killing comedy. The folks who are complaining about killing comedy are killing comedy. The folks who are complaining about canceling people are canceling people. What does that tell you? That they don't believe in anything that they're saying, that they've said, that they have no core. All it is if it doesn't fit their particular ideology or belief, then they don't want to hear it. And that's the moment that we're in now. This is a very dangerous and scary moment for America. This should send a chill or a shiver up every American spine, regardless if they're Democrat or a Republican. This is some scary shit. We don't want people ratting out people who are saying things that they don't agree with, or saying things that they deem to be negative about the sad and tragic death of Charlie Kirk. That's like, to me, it reminds me of back in the day when you had to rat people out because you believe that they belong to a certain political party. I thought America was beyond that. I guess we're going back to that time now.
So let me get this straight. Jimmy Kimmel is being suspended indefinitely for comments that he made, right? In other words, you could say that Jimmy Kimmel is being suspended indefinitely for exercising his First Amendment right of freedom of speech. He is being persecuted by the powers that be for just speaking and having a difference of opinion. But I've been told for many, many years, and especially very recently, that I shouldn't be upset with when someone displays a difference of opinion, because they're just exercising their freedom of speech. So make it make sense. Which is it? Can you use your freedom of speech, or can you only use your freedom of speech if it suits a certain narrative? Can you express certain differences of opinion, but only if it supports a certain narrative? Make it make sense.
I don't think that's how it works.
It still kind of boggles my mind when I see fully grown adults who drive cars, pay taxes, most of them work, and they don't understand what the First Amendment actually is. And they'll stand on their soapbox and scream how, what happened to free speech? Free speech is dead. Not realizing just how wrong they really are when it comes to making their point.
This is how funny it sounds when people say, well, First Amendment, I got freedom of speech, First Amendment. This is how funny it sounds. So you think just because of the First Amendment, you can go to your job and say whatever you want to say, express yourself however you want to express yourself, and there's no consequences to it. Well, corporations have policies. If you don't believe me, we also have the Second Amendment. And there's probably a policy at your company that says you can't bring a firearm to work. So imagine trying to bring a firearm to work, sitting a rifle across your desk, and when Nancy walks up and says, "Excuse me, Stan, what's going on?" Bro, you got a rifle on your desk. Second Amendment. I got a right to bear arms. I can have a rifle if I want to. I got Second Amendment rights. We don't want to encroach on your Second Amendment rights, but we have a company policy. You can't bring a firearm in the building. What are you doing? Second Amendment rights. First Amendment means I can say whatever I want to say, freedom of speech. Second Amendment says I got a right to bear arms. I can bring my rifle into work. Corporations have a policy for a reason. You think you can say what you want to say at your job and keep your job. Imagine taking a firearm to work and thinking you're going to keep your job just because of the Second Amendment. You're going to be fired on the spot.
Episode 5 of Let's Make These People Famous for the vile things they have said about Charlie Kirk's unaliving. Because let's get one thing straight, I don't care what political party you are a part of, this is never okay. This is Megan Trammell, and she is a library technician for the Prince William County. She said him getting blank at a school as he is talking about school blank and how blank control isn't the answer will never not be funny to me. And spare me the pearl clutching, I don't care. This is Devin Cassidy, and she posted this vile video that I will show you. She is a social worker for the Legal Aid BC. And on their account, it says LABC denounces offensive content circulating online. They call her a former employee.
Charlie Kirk got Finally, somebody with a gun. Almost everybody in the AIDS grew a pair and went and on the right side. Thank you. Can we keep this up, please?
This is Jacoby Williams, and he is a Marine officer recruiter. He posted another blank man popped. The update is he has been fired, allegedly. This is Joanna Scavender, and she said, "May you never find rest and always suffer in eternity, Charlie Kirk. That's karma." And she works for the Cleveland Heights University as an intervention specialist. I have so many more of these to come, so stay tuned for part 6.
So I went to my job today. I have an update. I went to my job. I tried to speak with my DON, and I called this morning before I went in. She hung up on me. So I decided to go in to see my HR rep to get my termination letter. When I got there, I was greeted by the scheduler. So I let her know, like, hey, I'm just here for my termination letter. I'm not here to rock the boat, make any issues. So she went into my HR guy and let him know I was here, and he was confused. He was like, "Why are you here for a termination letter?" Because I was fired. By who? I didn't fire you. I'm like, well, according to the DON, I'm fired. He was like, "No, I didn't fire you, so I don't know what's going on." So I was told to go upstairs to the office, speak to my DON. I went up, and I was unsuccessful. She said that, verbatim, I don't have to give you a reason. I don't have to give you a termination letter because this is Pennsylvania and that's not required. I said, but excuse me, ma'am, it is, because if I want to file for unemployment, I need to put a reason why I was fired. If I need help with government assistance, they need to know that I'm not employed and that I was fired. For any reason, I need this documentation. So yes, you're required to provide that for me. And she says no. No. And then she turned away and continued on with whatever she was doing. So I went back downstairs to my HR guy. And I talked to him, let him know I just tried to talk to her. She is not budging. Like, I don't know what's going on. He was like, well, as far as I'm concerned, you are not fired. I don't have a reason to fire you. And she can't just fire you. I'm like, so what's going on? He gave me my union rep's number. Tells me to call her and put an official grievance in against the DON. I said, well, what about my schedule? Because you kind of deleted my schedule. Like, what do I do? And because I was scheduled to work tonight officially, but he was like, well, don't show up unless union rep says so. So get a hold of her first. So that's what I did. I called. She didn't answer. She's very busy. She handles many counties. So I imagine she's very busy, but I'm waiting to hear back from her. So yeah, this is just insane.
And so we got another one here who decided to share their political opinion online and didn't think about the consequences of their actions that would follow. And here's just a simple reality of life. And you don't have to agree with it. You don't have to accept it, but it is in fact true. There are going to be people, especially when you talk about your job, there are going to be people who they support you. They like you. They're in your corner. They want to see you succeed. Matter of fact, they'll be there to help you succeed. But there's also going to be people there who don't. They don't like you. They don't want to see you be successful. They don't want to see you climb the ladder and have any type of joy while you're there. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's just, but that's reality. And we all got bills to pay. And so listen, if you want to stand on something, stand on it. If you really truly believe in your heart something and you have that true conviction for it, then don't let anybody move you. But that's not what this was for most people. For most of them, this was their opportunity to point their finger and to laugh in the face of those who they believed they were so much better than. They believed that they were right and everybody else was wrong. And if you didn't think the way they did, then somehow you weren't as intelligent. You didn't get it.
You're lying. Like, I live.
You do not have freedom of speech enshrined in the German Constitution. It doesn't exist.
We have freedom of speech.
Let me continue on down the list.
I worked in media. I worked in news media. We have freedom of speech. We could write whatever we want to do.
No, you don't.
No, we do.
Let me ask you this.
I studied politics in Germany. I studied the system. What you're saying is a bland out lie.
No, it's 100% accurate. People are arrested in Germany, jailed for speech.
No.
Yes.
They're arrested if they use hateful speech. Because of course they are. Okay.
I called in yesterday after this incident happened. I'm sure you've heard about it.
Yeah.
So my mother-in-law came in and ordered a Mint Majesty tea in honor of Charlie Kirk. And this was written on her cup. And I'm sure you guys' phone lines have been ringing off the hook. And they're going to continue to ring off the hook until something happens about the situation.
Accountability.
Yeah,
absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah, I agree.
So what are we doing about it?
So we're in the process of the investigation and figuring out what happened and who was here yesterday to understand. So we're still looking into it and see what actually happened.
Okay.
And then we take action.
How long does that take? Because it's been over 24 hours, and I'm sure the person is here right now.
Well, we didn't know for 24 hours.
You did. You knew immediately.
And the manager on duty said that they would call me yesterday afternoon. Same with my mother-in-law. I heard nothing.
What's challenging right now is that everybody is calling, saying that they were the one that it happened to, so we didn't know which one was the end.
Yeah, it's us. This is our family member. We just picked up the cup.
My senior citizen mother.
Yeah, she could
not even
be the most unpolitical person whatsoever, but she has a morality to know that what happened to this man is wrong and wanted to order this because it's trending on social media. So the fact that she left with this cup, then to find out it has loser written all over it, like that is disgusting.
Absolutely. So all I can say right now is thank you. We're looking into it and following up on it. But I can't tell you in this moment what the next action is going to be because I don't even know. At this point, it's out of my hands.
Right.
So investigation is happening.
Okay.
What else can I do for you?
So did you ask any of the employees that are here today if they were here yesterday morning? You know. you know who was here. We're looking for not corporate bureaucracy.
Right.
I want immediate accountability.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. And if not, I will have this whole intersection lined with patriots today.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking.
I don't think that you are.
I'm not. That's my mother.
I appreciate it. Like I said, like I can't divulge what is happening in the middle of an investigation. I'm not fully in charge of anything. That's all I can say. So I can help you today and get you a refund on everything.
Please, yes, please refund her. I mean, we have to, it doesn't matter if you're left or right. Like, what happened is wrong, right? And this adds to the fuel of putting salt in a wound. It just does. So, and I knew Charlie personally, so, you know, you're adding to that.
It's the wrong person.
It's the
I'll tell you
wrong
what.
family.
You guys picked the wrong person this time.
Yeah.
So we're looking for immediate accountability and action, and not just the corporate callbacks and investigations. I'm talking 5 p.m. today. I want some form of action to the employee that represents this business that wrote loser on my mother's car. We're looking for immediate accountability and action, and not just the corporate callbacks and investigations. I'm talking 5 p.m. today. I want some form of action to the employee that represents this business that wrote loser on my mother's car. And if not, I will have this whole intersection lined with patriots today.
To the person that sent that video to corporate and got me fired, thank you. And I know that everybody is going to see this video too, and that's okay. I'm not going to say anything wrong. Did I realize that what I was saying in that video was going to lead to this? No, I would have never done that.
Right.
But it seems like with my life, no matter how hard I try, I end up shut up. But I know that everything happens for a reason. And I may not know right now what that reason is, but eventually God will reveal that to me. I love helping addicts. I love helping people. This job stressed me the out some days, but I didn't care because it was worth it, because I was helping people. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. My daughter is about to go to college, and I don't know now how I'm going to pay for that. But I know that I'll figure it out. And if you want to send this video to corporate too, that's fine. But to anybody that creates content, if you work at a treatment facility, if you work in healthcare, watch what you say very carefully. Because it doesn't matter if you don't speak somebody's name. Just describing a situation is enough to get you fired. I did not know that. But now I sure do now. I don't know what I'm meant to do in this life. I don't know where I'm supposed to be. I am trying to follow the path that I thought God had for me and wanted for me. But I just keep getting thrown different ways. Maybe I make stupid decisions, yes. But my intentions are always fucking good.
That's a damn lie.
Hey guys, just stop real quick and pray with me. Lord, you say, be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. In this moment, please, Lord, calm my restless mind. Quiet my anxious heart. Help me set aside distractions and choose what gives life and gives peace. Isaiah 26:3, you keep in perfect peace those whose minds are stayed on you. Lord, fill me with strength to turn my attention toward you, that I find rest and joy in your presence. Amen. Okay, now you can continue strolling, or you can turn your phone off and go outside. Might I suggest the latter? Go get some sunshine, go look at a tree, touch some grass, call a friend. If you've got time to be on your phone right now, you've got time to do your to-do list, and you've got time to reach out to somebody in need. share this prayer with them. Amen.
I think I said enough, and I think I'll stop there. You enjoy any part of the content, smash the like button. For more, subscribe to the channel. And as always, until next time.